Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. So this is a reading that I've been planning to do for a while, but I've just kept pushing it back because I had other readings that I felt at the time were kind of taking precedent in terms of what people wanted. So this is going to be an energy update. So basically for all of you who are in a no contact or a low contact situation, we're going to be seeing what that person is kind of thinking and feeling about your connection right now. So I've shuffled the cards already, because I think most people prefer it just to be already done, but I haven't looked at them. And I've got 3 piles today. So we will do cards, charms, and dice today like always. So if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. Please do stick around for the full reading because it's not just cards that you're getting. So pile 1, we've got Donald Duck, like kind of Christmas Donald Duck. He's really sweet. Pile 2, we've got my little elephant toy. It's a yellow elephant. I call him Treetrunks because of the Adventure Time character. Although that Adventure Time character was a girl, I call him Treetrunks. And pile 3, we've got Dumbo. These big, soft, fluffy ears. These are so soft, these little Disney baby toys. They're actually made for little, like really little children, but I just saw them and I had to buy them and take them home because they're so cute and really soft to just, touch, especially if you're just a little bit anxious. It's nice to have something that you can just rub that's really soft and calming. So those are the piles for today. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who is supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much, especially Alex, Kat, Alexandra, and Ashley. Thank you for your support. Anyone who wants to become a patron or help out the channel in any way, please do check out my description box. I have so much stuff there. Got my Patreon page where we do exclusive pick a card videos as well as just more spiritual stuff generally. And at the end of each month, we do have a prize draw to win a reading with me. There's also things like you get to vote for the new decks that we're going to bring to the channel so that you have a bit of influence into what we see here. And the Ramses Tower of Eternity that we're using today was voted for by my lovely patrons. So I would love it if you would check out that page. I also have links for people who want to donate to the channel or leave a tip for this reading. So I have a PayPal link. If you go to my Etsy page to book a private reading, there's also a tips jar there, which is called the Wishing Well. Because when you leave a tip, I want you to also make a wish, either writing it in the comments box that only I will see, or just saying it out loud to yourself, because I think that's really important that you do that when you give that lovely energy. So now that I've got that out of the way, also all of my decks are in the description box as well for anyone who's interested in which decks I'm using. They're always kind of listed at the bottom so that you can check them out for yourself. And you can pause the video, take as much time as you need. I would say choose more by intuition. So, if there's a particular character that you can't take your eyes off, or pile of cards if you're not really looking at the characters, or just one that you're feeling kind of intuitively pulled to, not which character you prefer or like the look of more, just that feeling, that you're getting pulled towards one character. It's fine to choose more than one pile if you're feeling pulled in 2 directions, that's also okay. And I'm going to start with pile number 1. Hey there, if you pick pile number 1 with Christmas Donald Duck, then this is your reading. So I'll just put him there and we're going to look at your cards first, and then as I said, we'll do charms and dice as well. So let's take a look at your tarot cards first of all. So what is this person thinking and feeling about your connection right now? So we've got the Judgment card, 2 of Wands, and the High Priestess. Now that's interesting because we've got High Priestess is number 2, we've got the 2 of Wands, and then also Judgment here is like 2 X's, so it's shown by 2 identical characters, which is really interesting. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here is I think this is probably, with the Judgment card, I think this is probably a past life connection, you guys. I feel like that's why you feel such a strong pull towards this person, because you have had a previous lifetime, at least one previous lifetime with them in it. With the 2 of Wands, they're also definitely thinking about this situation and kind of how it's going to pan out in the future. And I feel like they do want you around in their future. At the moment, I'm not seeing anything kind of pointing in the romantic direction, because when I see the High Priestess, I think that they're really thinking about this situation. They're kind of biding their time, being patient maybe, but also when I think of the High Priestess, she often comes up in a reading that's showing like the other woman in a third party situation. So a woman who is kind of unattainable for that person, because obviously she's a priestess, she's normally not allowed to have a relationship, or she kind of is pulling herself away from that just intentionally. So when I see the high priestess, I think of like unattainable woman, but this person's definitely thinking about this connection and is wondering how it's going to fit into their idea of the future and what is going to come of that. So let's look at your other cards. So your inner child card today is also Judgment. Wow. And it's the 3 little pigs there, and you can see the pigs are like calling for the wolf to come down from the chimney so that he'll land in the pot of boiling water. So definitely past life connection, you guys, because we've got that twice. It feels like there's a lot to do with karma here as well. I don't know if this person has maybe treated you badly and is now suffering for that, because when I get Judgment, I think of someone getting their karma. And because we're saying how is this person thinking and feeling, I kind of feel like they're aware that the things that are happening to them are because of karma. Like they're kind of aware, or they're suspecting that things that are happening to them now, or the way that they're feeling, because maybe they're just not feeling good generally, maybe they're feeling quite low, is because they have not acted well in the past. So yeah, definitely they're kind of starting to think about the implications of their actions and what that means more broadly. So let's get some more cards. So Les Vampire Oracle card says Thirst, Craving, Compulsion, Obsession, and it's number 21. Yeah, okay, so this person is like kind of obsessed with this situation now. It's like it won't leave their head. So I feel like they may even be checking you out on social media if they're able to do that, if they're not blocked, for example. I feel like that's what they're doing. I feel like they are thinking about you all the time. Maybe because of this karma situation, they're just left feeling like, well, this has happened and now it's making me think about this situation, and kind of the guilty conscience is what I'm getting from this now. Like they're finally getting that feeling within them of, oh no, I've done wrong. And I do think of conscience when I get the high priestess as well, because it's that inner sense of understanding, and it's that inner feeling of the implication of your actions. And you guys got 2 romance angel cards as well. I was only looking for 1. But we've got keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And past life relationship, you've known each other before. Okay, yeah, definitely. This is a past life connection, you guys. We've got 3 confirmations of that now. And this keep an open mind card, this is interesting because maybe this person is not someone who you would normally go for, or maybe you're not the kind of person that they would normally be interested in. Like maybe there's an age gap, you come from different countries or cultures, have a different kind of social standing or upbringing or beliefs. There's definitely something about you that is, I don't want to say mismatched, but just something that is kind of, you wouldn't expect necessarily the 2 of you to get together for whatever reason. But it does feel like they've kind of, it's not that they've not given up on this situation, but they're still thinking about how it's going to pan out in the future. So they're not thinking that this is the end. Yeah, so we've got look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So maybe they have some Sagittarius energy, or maybe you do as well in their chart or in your chart. Yeah, definitely they're looking at the kind of long-term future. And I think this look at the bigger picture is also saying that they're looking back at how everything panned out in your relationship, whether you knew them for like 2 weeks or 15 years. Like, I think they're looking back at how everything went wrong, and you know, the things that they did, the things that you did, and how that could have been handled better. Then we've got the card Nachinai, and it is 13 of crosses, if that means anything to you. Basically with these cards, there's no guidebook, so you just have to do everything intuitively. But Nachinai means begin, in like imperative form, like you begin something. So it does feel like they're feeling rallied to actually do something. So maybe this person will get in contact with you. Because another thing I think of whenever I get judgment is like something from the past coming back up. And it does feel like this person cannot get this situation out of their mind. So maybe, I'm not saying like straight away right now, but maybe in the future they will initiate contact again, or they will kind of, you know, if you live close to each other, orchestrate bumping into you somehow. But yeah, begin. And this little fish here as well. Maybe there's Pisces energy. Maybe you're very connected to water elementals like merfolk. And we've got a leg up, number 34. Yeah. So when I get this card, I think of like wanting to be helped by someone or wanting to kind of move up a level. It does feel like they've been wallowing a little bit and they now want to do something about it, and they want to bring some kind of closure to this situation, or at least kind of get their side across in some way. But it does feel like they want to kind of change the situation a little bit, but maybe they're just not sure how to just yet with that High Priestess card. So I'm going to put your charms on top before we do your dice. And I do just want to say, if you're wearing headphones or if you have the volume on loud, you might want to turn it down a bit, because these can be a little bit loud when I shuffle them. Okay, group 1, what is your person thinking and feeling about your connection? So let's see, I'm just looking if we have any initials. No, we don't, but we do have Virgo. And also Sagittarius again. So possible Sagittarius energy here, possible Virgo as well on their side or your side. So, okay, up here we've got the toxic symbol. So this situation became toxic. Maybe they are a toxic person. Maybe you both did things that were, you know, regrettable at the time. But this situation definitely got toxic. And we've got the Father Christmas charm. So that for me is like one of my timing symbols. So that's winter. So maybe that was the last time you spoke to this person. Maybe there is something significant about winter in this situation. Just take that how it resonates with you, because it'll be different for everyone. They do think that you're beautiful. So this flower is like a symbol of physical beauty for me. They do think that you're beautiful. They want to simplify this situation, this live, love, laugh. They want to get rid of this heavy energy. And they want to learn from their past mistakes as well, because we've got the little elephant here. And so that is about learning from the past and just keeping on moving forward, making sure that things improve in the future for yourself more generally. Got this angel feather here as well. So you have got angels helping you and surrounding you. And it's interesting because right in this picture, which is Moses parting the sea, we've got this big angelic figure here. So interesting that it landed on that card, because that's the only one with an angel symbol on it. So we've got the bat, and that's my symbol of fear and working with the shadow self. So this person is working with their shadow. They're dealing with possible depression, possible low self-esteem. Maybe they've realized that they get into a pattern or cycle of toxic relationships or kind of toxic behavior in relationships, and it's kind of hit them hard to realize that. There's also the Leo symbol here, but it's a symbol of pride as well. So someone is acting pridefully. They are letting their pride stop them from asking for help or stop them from changing the situation. There's also a love heart there. So there's definitely feelings in this relationship. There's definitely still like affection or definitely an attachment there still. They want to change the tide. They want to change this whole situation, this whole feeling, atmosphere that's going on. Got the fish skeleton as well. So for me, that's like 5 of Pentacles symbol. Like they're not feeling good enough, or they feel like they haven't got enough to change this situation. But we do have the chivalry charm. So when I pull that, I think of someone sticking to their word. So if they have promised themselves that they'll do something, or they've promised someone that they won't do something, then they're trying to stick to that. Got the mirror as well, and that's like self-reflection. I think of the hermit and the high priestess a lot when I get that. I think of someone who is, you know, analyzing their actions, trying to get to know themselves better and actually face up to who they really are. Because for a lot of people, that's very scary, and that's quite triggering sometimes as well, to actually think about who they are and everything that they've done, because a lot of people don't want to face up to that. A lot of people try to drown that out. And we've got the ballerina. For me, like a kind of Page of Pentacles feeling, someone who is thinking about how they're going to move forward, and they're going to take it slowly, cautiously. They don't want to slip up. They don't want to make any mistakes. musical symbol there as well. So maybe they are a particularly musical person or creative person. I feel like they're also just kind of listening to music that fits their mood as well. And I feel like that's a bit wallowy, but I'm also hearing like lo-fi hip hop or lo-fi like chill wave beats. And then we have two frogs right next to each other, which is so interesting. So when I pull this frog, I think of someone who is not Prince Charming. You know, they are the frog that you kiss and they're still just a frog, and you have to go through those. You have to kiss a lot of frogs before you find one that turns into a prince. And this frog is my symbol of someone who is a good friend. So maybe they think that they're not good enough for you with that fish skeleton and that frog there. Maybe they think that they can't give you what you deserve and what you want and expect in a relationship. And so they think, well, maybe I could get back in touch with this person and just, you know, keep it low key, try and stay friends, because it does really seem like they don't want to leave your life entirely. They just feel like they can't give you what it is that you deserve, because they have so much going on within themselves. Like there's toxicity there is shadow self issues, there is fear, there is pride, there is possible low self-esteem. And this person just feels like, well, I don't want to, you know, lose this person because this is a great person, but at the same time, they deserve more than me, is what I'm getting. I got the passport as well, so maybe they are from a different country, as I said before, or culture. Maybe they're just from like a different city, and so there's a distance there that makes them quite far away. And then we have the baby tapir as well, so maybe this person has children, because also it's landed on this card where there is like the little baby polar bear there, so that's quite interesting. But what I get with the baby tapir is also someone who's quite shy, quite struggles to assert themselves, you know, doesn't like to speak up, possible throat chakra and self-esteem issues there as well. And now I'm going to put your dice on top. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to roll, because I have a few sets of dice, going to roll to see which set we're rolling for pile number 1. Okay, so that's number 3, which is my mystery dice. These ones. And now I'm going to roll to see how many of these we'll use today. So how many of these am I rolling for pile number 1? Roll again, because that was 0. 8. Okay. So if you're new to my channel, I just basically like to use a lot of different divination tools to get that full reading, because I love the synchronicities that come up, like with, you know, the baby landing on this card and the angel feather landing on that angel card. So what is group number 1's person thinking and feeling about their connection right now? Okay, let me just have a look. Okay. Just see what we've got here. Okay, how interesting is it that on one of the judgment cards we've got this judgment dice, like the judge's gavel when he bangs it and gives his judgment? That's so interesting. So they're definitely feeling like some kind of judgment has been passed upon them. Maybe it's not so much karma, but that people around them know what they've done. If, for example, they've cheated on someone or they've treated you really badly, maybe people around them know what they've done and they're kind of feeling that judgment from the people around them. We've also got the no trespassing dice here as well. So it feels like they don't want to encroach on your space. They feel like they wouldn't be welcome coming back into your life right now or into your inbox right now. They just kind of feel like there is a wall energy up there. So maybe you initiated the no contact, or maybe they just feel like there's so much water under the bridge that I think I wouldn't get a warm welcome if I came back. They're pretending to ignore you, okay? This thing with the people passing documents along, they're pretending to ignore you. They're not ignoring you. They are still checking up on you. If they don't have you on social media, then they are asking mutual friends about you, trying to figure out what's going on with you, what you're doing. We've got this long shadow as well, and like I said, they're dealing with shadow self issues. There's a lot of fear there about who they really are and about facing up to what they've done. There's the documents here as well. So for some of you, there is like a legal aspect to this, like divorce, for example. For some of you, it is just, I don't know, maybe there is like a written letter thing, because normally when I get that I think of either important legal documents, or I think of someone who has a journal or a diary and is writing down all of their feelings. So maybe they are doing that, maybe you're doing that. I don't know what this is, but you might just want to take that however it resonates with you, and if it doesn't, that's fine, because this is a general reading. Have the portcullis as well, so yeah, definitely that kind of wall energy. They're keeping themselves to themselves for now, but they're overanalyzing as well. So we've got this person who is like a, what's it called, like a watchmaker or a jewelry maker, who needs that monocle that blows up the image so that they can see these tiny little things. So they're overanalyzing. Every little detail is just going back through their mind, whether they want it to or not. I feel like especially when they're laid in bed, they are just thinking, because they can't get to sleep, and now that they've got like no, you know, stimuli around them because they're going to sleep, they're just thinking about everything, and they're just thinking about what they've said, what they've done, what you said and did, and every tiny little thing is just being overanalyzed. And I think it's maddening as well. Like, I feel like it's stopping them from getting quality sleep a lot of the time, because this person does not look happy, you know. And then here we've got the partners in crime, which is interesting. So I think for some of you this is third party situation, or for some of you they kind of got their friends involved, or like a family member, and that has also given you some grief. Again, that will only resonate with some of you, but it does feel like there are other people involved in this situation. Maybe it's the children, I don't know, but there is like, it feels like it's not just between the two of you, if you see what I mean. So I really hope you've enjoyed this reading, group number 1, and I would love it if you would let me know down in the comments how it resonated with you. Please do give this a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe as well. It really helps my channel, and I'm hoping that these messages will get out to a lot of people, because I think a lot of people are in this kind of limbo situation right now. Again, also, I would love it if you would check out the description box where I have my Patreon page and my PayPal link. I've got an Amazon wish list as well if anyone is feeling super generous and would like to get a new deck for the channel. That would just be so amazing. So thank you to everyone who's taken the time to look at that and to consider that. Also, if you'd like to book a private reading, please go to my Etsy page, but remember to leave me your email address, your name, and if there's anyone else involved in your question, then leave their name as well, because that's how I really connect with their energy when I do a private reading. And also leave me your question, of course. A lot of people book a reading and don't leave a question, and then it takes longer for me to connect with them and say like, hey, what is it that you actually are asking? And then it just means that your reading gets pushed back, because I can't hold other people's back because you haven't given me all of the information, because that's not fair on them. So yeah, do remember to give me all of that information. And have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been lovely to give you these messages, and I hope it's helped with your situation. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Hey there, everyone who chose pile number 2 with this little elephant, who I call Treetrunks. Welcome to your reading. I'll just put him there. So we're going to take a look at your cards first. And as I said, we've got charms and dice as well, so stick around for those. So let's see how this person is thinking and feeling about your connection. So we have the Empress card, the Queen of Wands, and the Hanged Man. Okay, interesting. So definitely straight away with the Hanged Man, I'm seeing this person being pretty indecisive right now. I feel like it's maybe them who has imposed the no contact for a lot of you. They are kind of in this limbo period trying to figure out what it is that they want. And then with the Empress and the Queen of Wands, I wonder if there are 2 women in this connection. Like, I wonder if this is a third party situation for a lot of you, because we've got the Empress here and the Queen of Wands. And so the Empress is making me think, you know, this woman who he's with or who he's kind of seeing. And then the Queen of Wands is like this temptress energy. So maybe he feels really, if it's a man, feels really pulled towards you. That might not be the case, because obviously it's going to be different for everyone, and this is just a general reading. But I think a lot of you are in a situation where there are 2 feminine energies, and this person is kind of struggling to deal with both of them. But yeah, definitely this person is attracted to you. Definitely they think that you're physically beautiful and also attractive, because I think that they're 2 different things. I think that you can be attractive without being conventionally beautiful, because you might have just that kind of magnetic aura or like really striking features. But this person's definitely kind of thinking about the situation and is wondering how they can get out of it. Like, it just feels like this person feels stuck and they're trying to figure out, well, what can I do to make this better? What can I do to change this feeling of being stuck? So then we have the big bad wolf, which is the devil in these inner child cards. So there's Capricorn energy here now, as well as all of the fire signs, because we've got the beautiful Queen of Wands, and she represents Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So that might be your sign. It might be something that you have quite strongly in your chart. And then Capricorn as well might be in their chart as well. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of lust and attraction going on here. There is almost an obsessive energy from this person. Like, you can see the big bad wolf here is looking at this tower, and it's like he's going to go after that, and it's like an isolated place, and this energy of the big bad wolf has a lot of power, which also comes with that Capricorn energy, being powerful, being strong, and enjoying having that position of power over other people, whether it's in like a hierarchical way or just in like an influential way. You're able to kind of invisibly influence people. There is still that feeling of having power over others. So definitely there is a lust, there is an attraction, potential obsession here, so not necessarily a nice energy. But let's see what the other cards have to say. That death will come, mortal, finite, fragile. So this is number 30, which brings me back to the Empress with the 3 there, but that might also have a meaning for you. Number 30. So this is like the death card for me. This is saying this person expects this connection to come to an end, or they're kind of thinking about how they can get out of this whole situation, because for them it seems like a big mess, and it feels like they just want to put an end to something so that they can start moving forward with their lives. Because I'm getting like quite a stuck energy, because this Hanged Man card, these are prisoners or slaves, and so they're chained, they're being forced to do this. It's not necessarily that they have chosen to go into this, although maybe their actions, if they are prisoners, has kind of, you know, made them reach this situation. But this person feels like they are stuck. They feel like they don't know how to get out of this situation. So your romance angel card is attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So as I said, there is definitely a lot of attraction here. They definitely feel a lot of lust and passion towards you. And I feel it's more towards like a physical sense. They feel it's more like a physical attraction rather than a personality thing. But maybe they think there's something quite mysterious about you. If you are this Queen of Wands energy, they feel quite attracted to that. I'm feeling like for some of you as well, this person or maybe you already have children, because the Empress often represents the mother of someone's child. And with the Queen of Wands as well here, in the background is, I think she's called Taweret. Maybe someone can correct me or confirm in the comments. That's quite embarrassing. Taweret is the ancient Egyptian goddess of fertility and of pregnant women, especially pregnant women and newborn babies. So again, maybe someone is pregnant, or maybe someone has children to this person, or you have children of your own. So we have Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon, and you guys got 2 Moonology cards. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Yeah, so this person's kind of thinking, they're kind of almost like dreaming up, scheming plans to change their situation. And I think you can expect something to happen in the next few months. I feel like there will be contact from this person, and it might be to completely say, do not ever contact me again, like really brutal. Or it might be that they change something in their own personal circumstances, and then that leads more contact open to you. But I feel like they just want to end this situation and get out of this stalemate. So we have Podium Somnoi, and it is 9 of diamonds. This deck doesn't have any guidebook that comes with it. It's just all intuitive. So if 9 of diamonds has a meaning for you, take it on board. Podium Somnoi means come with me. And obviously it's got, again, this kind of attractive, lustful, seductive energy to it, which the big bad wolf has, and the Queen of Wands as well, and to some extent the Empress. The Empress is kind of different though. Like, the Queen of Wands has this energy, this presence, this power that she emits, and that pulls people towards her, whereas the Empress, it's more of like an all-round thing that people are just kind of fascinated with her. But I think they're quite similar, and the Queen of Wands is my favorite queen as well in the deck, and the Empress is my favorite card in the deck. And we have orphaned, number 5. So yeah, this person feels like they've been cut off in some way. This person feels like they are lonely. They just are despairing. They don't know what to do. Maybe they've lost contact with their children, for example. I'm just feeling like for them, they don't know what to do. They feel stuck. And also this person, they have like what looks like a duck's head. And so it's just making me think of like the ugly duckling, like that person who feels whatever they do, they don't fit in with the crowd, or they don't fit in with the relationship that they get themselves into. They always mess up, or they just feel like maybe they are not attractive, and so they have to kind of be overly confident and overly like egotistical to get people to like them. That's kind of how they see themselves, I feel. But yeah, with this come with me, there is this definite feeling of being pulled, being seduced in some way. So I'm going to get the charms now and see what they say. So quick warning, if you have the volume on loud or if you are wearing headphones, I would suggest turning it down, because when I shuffle them, they can be a little bit loud. So pile number 2, what is your person thinking and feeling about your connection right now? So I'm just looking, see if we've got any initials. I don't think we do. No, and pile 1 didn't either, which is quite unusual. So we have got Pisces though, Pisces energy. So maybe that resonates with you, for them or for you in the birth chart. We've got a guardian angel here as well. And it's guardian angel for health. Okay, so someone's health is being watched over by the angels, whether it's them or yours. We've got the watering can here, so nurturing. There is this feeling of nurturing, which also comes with the Empress as well. Self-care, taking care of yourself, doing things that are right for your body and your health more generally. We've also got the champagne glass, so there's something to celebrate here. Like in their mind, they're building it up to something where they're going to be able to be happy and to celebrate. So on that death will come, we've got the gingerbread man, which is my symbol of like a slow burn, something taking a long time to mature and to be ready. So this has been building for quite a while. We have listened to your inner wisdom with that owl charm. I feel like they're also possibly being guided at this time with the hanged man. We've got love on the Empress card, so there is definitely some love there. I feel like if it is a situation where it's third party though, they're in love with this woman that they're with or that they're seeing, and they're very attracted to you is what I'm getting, and that's kind of creating this dichotomy in how they're feeling. So we've got the Black Knight here, someone who is keeping their motives and their true feelings hidden. We've got 2 starfish, and the starfish are my symbols of healing because they grow back their limbs when they lose them. We've got a baby carriage as well, baby pram. So there is definitely someone here who has children for most of you. But this is also my symbol of long-term planning. So figuring out what you want to do in the future. They're trying to look at the bigger picture. They're trying to think, okay, where can I go from here? We've got the stability charm as well, this anchor. So they definitely want to make things less volatile. They want to make things more stable. They want peace. Got the dove. Following in someone's footsteps as well, trying to emulate someone, or maybe they're following you on social media and are kind of watching that. You know, we've got the movie camera as well. For some of you, you are YouTubers or photographers or filmmakers or actors, or they are. But this also means that things are working out behind the scenes without you being aware. And then there's going to be like this moment where everything changes and kind of falls into place and you understand what's been happening. So again, they are kind of working stuff out right now without your input, basically. Got a guardian angel there as well. So there's definitely a lot of angelic energy here, kind of watching over the situation. We've got the fish skeleton, And that really fits in with that orphaned card there, because that is my symbol that's like the Five of Pentacles, feeling like you don't have enough or like you're not good enough. So this person kind of has their own issues with self-esteem, whether they talk about that or not. And I don't think they do, if I'm honest, because we've got the big bad wolf. It just makes me think of them being like having this whole persona, this whole kind of ego self, which is what they show to the world, and it's not who they really are. Who they really are is actually quite damaged and has quite a lot of issues from their past that probably no one knows about except them. And so that's something that they've been battling for a long time. And we've got this worry thread here as well. So there's definitely a lot of worry on their side about how this is going to turn out. So I'm going to get your dice now, group number 2. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see which set of dice I'll roll for you. Okay, that's number 1. So I have a few sets of dice, and these are my fantasy dice. And I'm going to see how many of them I will roll. Okay, 5. So basically, if you're new to my channel, I use all of these different types of divination to get a full reading, because I want, you know, to see the synchronicities. I want to see how that feels. I think it's also more fun. I've just noticed I didn't talk about this. So yeah, they feel kind of down on their luck at the moment as well, because this was pushed down a little bit. They feel like they're kind of fighting a losing battle, is what I'm hearing. They know that at some point, especially if this is third party, they know that something's got to give, and that someone is going to walk away from them if they don't change the situation of their own accord. So pile 2, what can you tell us about how this person's thinking and feeling about their connection with pile 2? Okay. Okay, so we've got the wheelbarrow, which is my symbol of abundance. So they definitely want to kind of manifest abundance for themselves. And I wonder if they're also quite, you know, focused on their career and finances at the moment, especially if they're Capricorn, because, you know, they're all about that coin and that status. I think that they are maybe worried about that right now, or they're trying to improve that, and so that has taken their focus partly away from this situation. I'm also seeing this kind of friendly ogre character. So there is someone in this situation who will turn out to be an unlikely ally or friend or helper for you. There is going to be someone that you wouldn't expect to help you or to kind of have sympathy for you, but who is going to show you some sympathy. Now, interestingly, we've got the crown on the Queen of Wands. So the crown is my symbol of free will and sovereignty, and just choosing that you are the person who gets to make the decisions that affect you in your life. You have all of that power. So I do want to say that you're the Queen of Wands in this situation, and so you need to start making the decisions that affect you. Feels like you've given this person some of your power, and you know, Queen of Wands does not do that. Queen of Wands has all of the power to herself. She is pulling people towards her energetically, and so I think that you should take back that power and start making decisions that affect you. Also, another really interesting thing is that we've got Red Riding Hood here, and we've got the Big Bad Wolf. So this person has been very seductive, very much trying to get you to do what they want. And what's really interesting is when I was pulling these dice out of the box, this one landed like that straight away, and I picked it up, but I did notice that it landed on the wolf. So there's definitely like a kind of unhealthy obsession with this person, and like a kind of seductive nature with them, trying to pull you off your right path, because that's what the wolf is doing in Red Riding Hood. He's trying to pull her off her true path in life. He's trying to pull her away from her goals and what she needs to do. So getting your power back and reasserting yourself is really important. And we've got a god charm here as well. So this is Hermes, or Mercury, the Greek and Roman messenger god. And so he's coming out for you now. And again, if you're new to my channel, whenever we get these images in charms or dice, this is that god making themselves known and saying that they would like to help you in your situation. They would like to work with you moving forward. So if you want to light a candle for Hermes and just kind of say a blessing or a prayer, or if you'd like to meditate and call on his energy, then I would really say that you should do that, because it can be very rewarding to work with a deity directly. So if you feel comfortable doing that, and if you feel called to do that, I would recommend that. He is one of my patron deities, and he has a very lovely, light-hearted energy about him. So thank you so much for joining me today, group number 2. It's been an honor to give you these messages. I would love to hear how this resonated with you in the comments section, so please do leave me a comment, and also give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already, because it really, really helps my channel, and I want to get these messages out to as many people as possible who need to hear them. Also, do check out the description box, because I've got so many links in there for my Patreon page. I would love it if you would check that out. It might be some stuff that you enjoy on there and that's quite interesting to you. If you want to book a private reading, go to my Etsy page. Again, the link is in the description. But please remember to leave your email address, your name, and your question, because a lot of people don't do that. They just book and they don't leave a question, and then it means that I have to kind of push your reading back, because it takes longer to get in touch with you, and I can't hold the other people back as well, because that's not fair on them. Also, if there's anyone else involved in your question, like if you're asking this kind of question and you want to know how someone's feeling, or how someone, like what someone's going to do in your relationship, then please give me their name as well, because that's how I connect to their energy in a personal reading. And yeah, if you'd like to leave a tip or a donation, I've got a tips jar, I've got my PayPal link. I also have an Amazon wishlist in the description box. If you're feeling really generous and you'd like to send me a deck for the channel, that would be amazing. Thank you so much to everyone who has given that a little look over. And have a lovely rest of your day, group number 2. Thank you so much for joining me and for watching this video until the end, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Hey there everyone who picked pile number 3 with Dumbo. This is your reading. I'll just put him there. So we're going to take a look at the cards first, and the tarot cards first of all, and like I said, there are charms and dice coming as well. So let's see what your person is thinking and feeling right now about your connection. So we've got the King of Wands. I love this deck, it's so beautiful. The World. And the Knight of Wands. That's interesting. So straight away there's a lot of fire energy here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got both of the male Wands characters here. So I wonder if for some of you there are 2 masculine energies in this relationship, and so it's not just like a no contact situation, but it's also a third party. So just take that how it resonates with you, but it does seem like there are 2 masculines that are involved in this situation. Maybe this person has a child, like a son, for example. Maybe they have a friend or a family member who's like getting overly involved in this situation, or you do. But there is definitely there seems to be 2 masculine energies here. What I'm also seeing with the World is that there seems to be some distance. So maybe you live at a distance from one another, or it's difficult to see each other due to kind of time scheduling, or maybe you are just from a different country or kind of cultural background to them, because when I get the World I think of all kinds of differences and opening up, maybe different ethnicity to them, for example. What I do see with the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands is that this person is very kind of passionately attracted to you. Like there is a lot of chemistry there. They think there's like lust that I'm seeing there. So there's a lot of kind of passionate, intense energy on their side. And also that they're thinking about where this is going to go in the future, because with the King of Wands I think of someone who is seeing the future. They have like this vision and they're determined to go after whatever that vision is. And also in the background there's this person holding the wheat, which makes me think of fertility and abundance. So again, maybe children involved in this situation, or pregnancy in some way. So then we've got Child of Hearts, which is the Page of Cups, and it's Goldilocks and the 3 bears in this particular deck. So there's kind of a curiosity in this person's energy as well. Like this is different to the regular Page of Cups. Like obviously Page of Cups is someone who wants to open themselves up to love and to new romantic experiences, but this has more of like a kind of childlike, curious energy to it. And I think in many ways this person is a bit of a Peter Pan, like someone who never really grew up, because King of Wands makes me think of someone who just doesn't want to grow up, and also the Knight of Wands as well. like this person is just really curious, and so maybe they are checking out your social media still if they're not blocked. Maybe they are getting a friend to do it, or if you have mutual friends, they're kind of asking around about you. There's definitely a curiosity there, and they are just, you know, they want to get a new perspective on this situation, and I don't know, I just feel like with the Child of Hearts, with it being Goldilocks, you may have contact from this person in the future, or maybe this is just a low contact situation where it's like, you know, sporadically they get in touch. But I feel like you may get contact from this person in the future, or they may kind of show up, because again, like kind of bumping into them, or they just randomly turn up at your work or your house and like pretend that they're there for some other reason. Because Goldilocks obviously kind of like just wanders into the house, and she's very entitled and thinks that she can just take whatever she wants, but it's this curiosity that's driving it, like just really wanting to know what's going on. So let's look at this card. Knowledge, study, learning, education, and it's number 3. And there are 3 bears in this as well, so that might be a special number for you or a lucky number. But yeah, knowledge, they want to know about you. They're curious. They're an inquisitive person, they're interested, and maybe they're also studying, or they kind of are training for something, and that might resonate with some of you as like an additional meaning. Or maybe you know them through university or work, or some kind of educational element. Maybe they work as a teacher, for example, or they work in some kind of higher education place. We've got give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. Okay, so maybe if this person isn't already in another relationship, then they want to kind of come back into your life, is what I'm seeing. If they are in another relationship, then I want to kind of put that more in, they want to give that relationship a chance. But if they're not, then I feel like they want to, you know, come back and see how it goes. They're curious. A new start is coming, new moon. Yeah, they want new experiences. They want to know how things will work out. They want to change their situation. They're not happy with the way things are. They want to change it. And we've got как ни крути, which means however you look at it. And it's like this very circular image, and it's 1 of circles. And this card, this deck doesn't have any guidebook. You just have to do it all intuitively. So if that means anything to you, I know it does look like a 10 as well. But 1 circle or 1 globe or something, if that means anything to you, take it on board. But yeah, however you look at it, or whichever way you look at it, feels like they are trying to get a fresh perspective on this situation. They are maybe thinking about it a lot, and kind of maybe considering how their actions affected you and how your actions affected them, things that were said, etc. It feels like they're thinking a lot about this situation. I've just noticed that there is a globe in the background of here. And obviously we've got the World card, so that is so interesting. There is some connection to either the shape of a globe, if they have like that in their house, or if you do. Maybe they are really interested in geography or traveling. Maybe they are, as I said, a foreigner, or they're from a different culture. There's definitely this sense of the world having something to do with this situation. And then we've got new life, number 39. So yeah, interesting. New life, a new start is coming. We've got a 1 here, which is kind of like an ace. Child of Hearts is also like this new energy coming in. But again, it is making me think of children. So do you have children, or they do? Is someone pregnant here, and that's like this new thing that's happening? Because obviously there's a strong symbolism here. We've got child. This new life is coming out of an egg. We've also got the, like I said, abundance and fertility in the background there, and the new start. So is that something that you want to take on board as well? If it's not, that's fine. But I just felt like I had to point it out. So it does feel like they want some kind of renewal here. They want something new. So I'm going to put your charms on top now, group 3. And if you are, just a quick warning, if you have your headphones on, or if you are listening to this with very high volume, you might want to turn it down just a bit now, because these can be quite loud when I shuffle them sometimes. So group 3, what is your person thinking and feeling about your connection right now? So we've got quite a lot of charms today, and you're the only pile that has got initials because the others didn't, which is really quite rare. So we've got F and O. And so that may have some meaning for you. That may be someone's name or surname. It may be a place, for example. So let's take a look at your other charms. We've got Leo. So yeah, definitely there is the fiery energy there as well. It's coming up a lot. Let's see what's on this card. There's quite a lot of stuff on this New Start card. So we've got the shadow self, this bat. That is my symbol of fear and working with the shadow self. We've got the swallow, someone or something coming back to you. So yeah, definitely there's a sense of renewal there. Changing tide. So, you know, changing the situation. Got the scissors as well, cutting cords with something, cutting someone or something out. The vine is the symbol of continuation and of endurance. You know, no matter how much you hack at a vine, there's always a bit that's left in a crack somewhere, and before you know it, it's covering the whole wall again. It's a very persistent and endurant energy. Also the rocking horse, so this feeling of going backwards and forwards and not really getting anywhere in the situation. Possibly also childhood issues as well that this person is dealing with. And the shield, so this kind of wall energy being put up to protect someone. We've got the Christmas tree, so that's my winter symbol, and also the snowman. Oh, and another Christmas tree. Okay, so yeah, winter has something to do with this situation. Maybe that was the last time you spoke. Maybe there is something else that's important to you about winter in this connection, but that's coming up quite strongly. Also got the guardian angel. So there are angels watching over this situation. There's an angel wing there as well. And what I love is that has been a consistent theme in this entire reading. Like every pile has gotten some form of angel symbolism there. So that's really nice as well. I feel like angels are really around us a lot right now. I've seen it a lot in private readings as well as readings I've done for the channel. So we have protection and faith with this cross. Going slowly with the turtle, taking your time. And the dragonfly is one of my good luck symbols. So it feels like this person is kind of taking their time, biding their time as well in this situation. They don't want to let go of this connection. This is my lobster claw. They don't want to let go of it for whatever reason. Got yoga and meditation as well. Maybe they are kind of spiritual. Maybe they do like a mindfulness thing. They are certainly connected to something higher, whether they're aware of it or not. Because you see also in this card, the world, this guy is burning incense to Ptah, who is the creator god in Egyptian mythology. He said the names of things and they came into being. And so this person's like burning this incense, and it looks like he's kind of just saying, tell me what to do, or, you know, help me out, great God. And he's just really hoping that he will get some kind of, you know, direction from this. And there is the key here, which is nice. It's a solution symbol. And there's the Triskelion there as well, which is the symbol of Manannán, the Celtic sea god. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pull one of his cards. I made a deck of Manannán cards for communicating with that deity, because he's one of my patron gods. So I don't use them too often on the channel, but I think I'll use them today just because that symbol came out. So let's see, pile 3. What does Manannán want to tell you about this connection, what this person's thinking and feeling? Okay. So we've got Son of Land and Sea. That's interesting. So for that card, I think of someone who is kind of living between two worlds, so they have quite a dual identity. So for some of you that will resonate as this person coming from a different country to the one that they live in, or having like two cultures that they need to balance. And that might not necessarily be like religious or ethnic cultures. It might be that, for example, they have worked really hard and they've kind of, you know, gotten a good job, whereas their family are from quite a poor background, or maybe the other way around. You know, there is some kind of dualistic nature to them here. Maybe it is to do with the fact that they have a relationship in the past where they have children, and so that's always going to be an issue for them. But that Son of Land and Sea card is saying that they, you know, are shuffling and juggling those two identities, and they need to find that balance between them. Because here I've also got the hairdryer, which is the symbol of someone who's blowing hot and cold. Like, one day they want something, the next day they don't, and they're not entirely sure what they want. The galaxy is this symbol of waiting for the stars to align, waiting for everything to be like the right time, the right moment, but also saying they're a little bit overwhelmed and dazzled by the whole situation, like the bright lights dazzling you. Like, they kind of struggle to look at the whole overall situation without panicking or without getting like stressed out. They've got a sword here as well, so they're kind of on the defensive. They're kind of ready for an argument or a battle because they got the shield as well. We have property of Davy Jones, which is actually a treasure map, but it's landed on property of Davy Jones. So again, I'm wondering, do they owe someone something? Is there possible issues with debt or with gambling? Maybe they have made a promise to someone and they need to keep it. Maybe this again is like a previous relationship. As I said, if they have children with someone, then they kind of feel a sense of duty to that, but there's a feeling of they owe someone, or there's a dutiful sense in this relationship that might not resonate with everyone, but just for some of you it will. Might just be for a few people. Got the screwdriver as well. They want to make this more stable. They don't like the volatility that they have in this situation. They want something that's more dependable. And the notification bell, they are going to try and get your attention somehow. I don't know how. It might be that they turn up physically, as I said. It might be that they get in touch via social media if they're able to, but there is the notification bell there. The transformation charm, like the new life card, like going through a transformation, metamorphosis, you know, becoming better, evolving in some way, maybe becoming more mature. And the gear. When the gear lands on something, I think of it already happening. So it's kind of on new life and on the Knight of Wands. So this evolution is already happening. This new start is already underway. For some of you, there is like a baby being born in this situation. But that again will only be for some of you. And with the Knight of Wands as well, I think of someone who's kind of maybe jumping the gun a little bit, is maybe rushing because they just want to get to that period of stability without having to go through the healing and the waiting and the reflection period. So they're kind of like rushing when they should just be taking their time, because we have got that turtle charm as well. So yeah, this person might act rashly in the future. So now I'm going to put your dice on top just to finish off your reading. So firstly, I'm going to see which set of dice I'm going to roll. Okay, number 4. See, I have a few sets of dice. So that's my Looney Tunes dice. If I can open them. These ones. And I'm going to see how many of them I'm going to roll for you today, group 3. 4. Okay, interesting. 4 and 4. Okay. So, if you're new to my channel, I use all of these different types of divination to get a full reading because I love the synchronicities. And I think it's more fun as well than just doing cards. So group 3, what is your person thinking and feeling about your connection right now? Okay, so we've got the carrot, and that is making me think of like, they want something healthier. They want this connection to be healthier. Maybe it has been very toxic. Maybe they've had issues with their own mental or emotional or even physical health, and they just need to, you know, work on that. We've also got this platform that's rising up, and that's another message from the world card, is that someone is kind of ascending in some way. Like they're improving, they're going up a level in something. And so that's bringing me back to the butterfly as well, feeling like they are somehow evolving or improving in this situation. Also, we've got the paintbrush and paint can, so they're probably a creative person as well, and maybe that's helping them kind of focus their mind as they go through this situation, whatever art it is that they do or whatever kind of creative talent or hobby that they have, it's kind of helping them in this situation. And then we've got the detonator. So I feel like something is going to happen quite suddenly in this situation. As I said, we've got new life and a new start, and the Knight of Wands is someone who just jumps in, you know, without considering the consequences, without really thinking things through. So something might happen quite joltingly, quite shockingly for you because you don't expect it. So just be aware that they might come into contact quite unexpectedly, and you know, you might not be ready for it, or that might not be what you want at the time. Especially if you're the person who's initiated the no contact situation, they might kind of appear in your inbox or just in front of you somehow, and that might be quite panicky for you. So just be aware that something might happen quite suddenly as a development in this situation. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this group number 3. That's all I have for you today, but please do let me know in the comments how it resonated, because I'm so interested to hear what's going on for you and what resonated and what didn't. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave it a big thumbs up, and also subscribe if you haven't already, because that really helps my channel. And I want to get these messages out to as many people who need to hear them, because I think this is like a really quite important reading for a lot of people who are kind of confused or down about a certain situation. If you want to help out the channel, please do check out my description box. I've got so much stuff there. I would love it if you would check out my Patreon page, for example. There might be some stuff there that you would enjoy. I also have links for how to donate, like my PayPal link if you want to leave me a tip or a donation. I have a tips jar on my Etsy page. I also have an Amazon wish list in the description box if you are feeling really generous and you'd like to send me a new deck for the channel. Thank you so much to everyone who takes the time to look at that and see if anything in particular catches their eye, because that is so kind of you and really important to me. Also, I just want to say, if you are going to book a reading on my Etsy page, I do angel healing sessions there as well. But if you're booking a reading, please remember to leave me your name, your email address, and your question, because a lot of people don't leave a question, and it just means that I have to take more time trying to get in touch with you, and it pushes back other people's readings. No, it pushes back your reading, because I can't hold back other people's readings because it's not fair on them if they've given me all the information. So yeah, do leave a question in your name, and if the situation involves someone else, like if you're asking about someone else as well, please give me their name as well, because that's how I connect to their energy in a personal reading. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been lovely to give you these messages. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.